Hello. Do we have sound?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello.
Oh, here we are. Oh my God. I have gremlins here.
Cool. I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. I do not know what happened, people. Like the intro didn't play. I had to restart the intro and the mic wasn't playing. Holy moly. What an evening, huh? I need a sip now. I need a sip. How's everybody doing today? Good? Let's see. Who do we have here today? Sorry about that, guys. Oh, holy moly. This is a craziness. So we have Leanne. Welcome. We have Sarah Pomp. Welcome. We have, of course, Pinkie. Let's see, who else do we have here? We have Rob. We have Sean. I think everybody else is good. How is my volume? Okay. Is my volume okay, everyone?
I can hear you.
You could hear me? Okay. Is it clear?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you guys hear her?
Good. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Oh God, that was
Yay.
That was crazy. Here, let me put some nice music in the background. Here we go. Let's put some Nordic music in the background and get started. Here we go. There we go, people. Holy moly, that was, for some reason, it started playing the intro and then it just completely stopped. So I had to restart it. And then my mic went dead. All right. Who's spreading the gremlins around here? That's what I want to know. Who has the gremlins in this audience?
Not me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me either.
It wasn't me.
I tell you. So how is everybody doing? Let me put everybody on the stage here. Make it a little bit bigger for everybody to see who is in the chat. There we go. We're not completely blocking Pinkie, so that's good. All right.
Me. Like this, no one can see me.
You.
I'm like, Look at me.
All right. Hello, Sandra. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. I know everybody's on tonight, so thank you so much for joining in. Mine was actually scheduled, so I do try to plan like at least a week ahead of time. So everybody, what would you like to talk about tonight? Because it's an open mic for about an hour or so. But I figure, hey, Dave, how's it going? I figure, why don't we talk about, our personal experiences or, anything else that comes up. Or if anybody in the audience has anything that they would like to talk about, feel free. So, Pinkie, you were telling me that you had a couple of personal experiences. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the time when I was young and I met a great uncle's ghost?
Ooh.
Back in that day, we had horses on our property because my parents have a large property and we had horses there. And previously, it was a horse farm. Previously, it was my great uncle's farm. Then it was ours. And I was out and I was grooming my horse, and this old man strolled up, kind of weird because he was dressed in clothes that wouldn't really be appropriate for that time. And I would have been maybe 12, and he came up to me and we just started talking about horses and how much we love horses. And it was we had a really good conversation. And then I turned around to brush the horse a bit more while he was talking, and then suddenly he vanished. And I was like, what the hell? He just disappeared, just in thin air. And I was looking around for the guy, and I was like, where the hell did he go? And I was like, don't tell me I imagined that. And then I went and told my parents, and they were like, well, Uncle Dan, you're describing Uncle Dan, but he's dead. And he'd been dead for a long time. And I was like, really? Okay. But I was like, maybe we were talking about horses because he genuinely loved horses, because that's what his whole life was about, was horses back in the day before he passed away. And that whole land that they live on has always been a horse place, but now it's not. It's just a nature reserve. They turned it into a nature reserve and they don't have horses anymore. But it was really weird. And I was always like, was that real? But he seemed real. So I assumed he was.
Oh, Sandra's asking if does anybody own a creepy old doll? I would like to own a creepy old doll.
I don't want a creepy old doll.
Well, the thing is too, it's you could actually put things in items as well. You could actually put spirits in items as well. I actually have a couple of dragons around here, and they're performing my, what I want them to do, and then you release them. So, but I haven't come across any creepy dolls though. I do want to get a marinade or something like that, I don't know, a puppeteer creepy doll or something. I want to get one of those. I want to get a old-fashioned doll. Oh, the porcelain ones? Yeah, they're kind of creepy. They are kind of creepy, some of them.
Yeah, my mother-in-law used to have those sort of dolls, but when they were selling the house, they got given to some of the other relations, so I didn't want them because they just look creepy.
Yeah.
I don't like those dolls.
Susan, we found a 100-year-old, let me put this up so people can see it. We found a 100-year-old wax doll when my mother-in-law passed. It apparently was passed down in family. Oh, huh. Have you sensed anything from the doll, Sandra? Like any energy or anything like that? That would be interesting.
So is it actually made from literal wax?
That's interesting. I don't see too many of those. I see a lot of porcelains, but not. That is pretty cool. I do like that. I have to say, I'm not really much of a doll person. Like, I like dragons and like creepy things, but I'm not much for dolls persons.
Yeah, I never really played with dolls as a kid either.
Yeah, I did
No.
history on it, apparently from late 1800s. Wow. Michael has a creepy doll too. Let's see what Michael has to say. My grandma used to have a collection of vintage porcelain dolls. Have no idea what happened to them. They are creepy looking. Well, apparently a lot of people have creepy dolls. Let me turn this music down a little bit for you guys. There we go. Oh. I want your cup or glass you have, Susan. It's cool. Well, you can't have it, Rob. You just can't have it, or you have to come down to Boston to get it, okay? Now, it's kind of cool. You can't really see that well because I do have the back screen, but it has kind of Templar swords, and then it has, I would say, like dragons on the bottom, and then it has like a Celtic golden circle on the bottom. So it is pretty cool. I do like it. That's my go-to mug. I have ran into dolls on investigations that set off a REM pod. Oh, I decided I wasn't coming into my house okay. Oh, my Nan had a national doll for every country, from granddad and 2 uncles visit with the Army and Navy. My grandmother used to collect those. She used to have a doll from like every country. But none of the dolls came with me. I just, I'm really not. What are you drinking, blood? What do you think, Rob? You think I'm drinking blood?
Isn't it whiskey or something?
It's
I have water.
Oh, Rob, I already drank my blood for the day. I tell you, I drink it first thing in the morning, so I'm all set now. But this is actually Kraken with ginger beer.
I like Kraken. That's nice. It's expensive.
The Kraken?
Yeah, it wasn't one expensive.
It was about $20 here. I got the spicy black one, but I heard there was like some other flavors too, like a caramel and other flavors. Yeah. I got the spicy black. I had it just by itself at the No One Alone live, but I decided to put some ginger in it to see how it would taste. And it's a Friday night, so why not, And everything is already messed up in the live, so hey, might as well.
Why not?
Exactly.
At least it makes you feel warm on a cold day.
Well, I'm going to be snowbound anyways in like a day or so. So I figured I would like load up right now on my beverages. Because
we're just having flooding in our country.
Yeah, I was supposed to be getting between Sunday around 3 or so, all the way through Monday morning, I think up to 18 inches or so. Yeah, I may be doing a video. I don't want to do a live and then lose connection on everybody. So I may just be doing a video outside on the area where I am. So, ooh, rum warms up, especially Kraken. Yes. That is yummy. Can you actually heat up rum? Like, can you actually have it hot? I usually just have it like it is.
I
don't know either.
I've never tried heating up alcoholic drinks, except for when I pour alcohol into the coffee.
Yeah,
like hot coffee. But sometimes I put like Kahlua or something into a hot coffee. That's nice.
Rum and coffee. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I should try that. Sunday morning I'll probably be doing that and just like fiddling around in the snow or something. It's negative 38, Sean, below here right now, and possibly 5 inches of snow Sunday. Well, I got you beat. I'm sorry. I'm getting 12 plus inches. Okay. You know, and first I thought like Laura was like sharing the wealth and like sending it my way, but no, I think everybody's getting it. Where I work also in town, they're getting a lot of snow as well. So yeah, so I'm not looking forward to that. I already want spring to happen because I have so many plans that I want to do. So I just can't wait for spring. Can't wait for spring. Michael says
because it's like winter here.
15 inches, Michael. Oh my God. Snow and ice in this ice storm. I know. Well, Michael's not going anywhere either. Hey, Nick, what's going on? Glad you came in. I always show up in his live, like, because he usually goes on like my time, like really early in the morning. So when I get to work, I like hit like the last of like end of his show. And a matter of fact, I have Florna is going to be on the show in 2 weeks, which is his co-host. So that would be cool. Oh, Rob is saying we have a drink here that's a mix of stuff called Bride's Cog. It's hot. I can't even read right now. It's hot and drink at weddings. It's brutal stuff. Right, but it will kick your ass. Ooh. I don't know if I wanna. I haven't been to a wedding in a long time.
Not like John Boy's weddings that he goes to, eh?
Yeah, Dave. Yeah, can I send it to you? We can keep the white death that falls from the sky up there with you. No, I want to send it to you, Dave, okay? I have plenty to share. Come on. Plenty to share with you. Thank you, Nick. Thank you. We are doing well. We're, I'm going to be snowbound starting tomorrow, but, I'm just going to roll around in the snow, make a couple of igloos. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with myself. I'm going to be bored out of my mind. I'm going to be like trolling my chats and stuff probably.
You can just make snow angels out in the snow.
Make snow angels, yeah.
Yeah. Have snow fights, make snowballs.
I know, huh? Forts, igloos, whatever you call it. Yeah, because I doubt it very much I'm going to even be able to get to work on Monday. So
probably not.
Yeah. Probably
not unless you have unless you have sled dogs and some sleds.
Well, the problem is I live like in a condo complex and they don't start like plowing until Lord knows like mid-morning, like when normal people wake up to go to work. And then the highway that I take, they don't start plowing that either till mid-morning. So yeah. I'm
not a unicorn.
He's not. He's just. Oh, because you wear the onesie unicorn, maybe? Sorry, guys. Like, this Kraken is like.
I do have pink hair. My hair is pink under there. It's pink and black.
Oh, but Michael, you could just plow through the snow. That's fine. No, not by more vehicle. I'll have to tube up a shift to get to town. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just gonna, we have deers around here. Maybe I could just hitch a sled onto her thumb and just, go into town or something. I don't know. Your costume with the snowy background will look great. Oh, are you saying that you want me to take pictures, Rob? Is that what you're saying? Or go live in costume in the snow?
That would be cool.
That actually would be cool in a way.
The black against the white. That would be cool.
Oh, you can't really see me out there now because it's dark here. I was going to go out in a little bit, but I'll do that. Oh, Leanne likes your pink hair. Good.
Yeah, pink. Yeah. And then side's black.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. My hair, I have done every color, I would say, but blue and green.
I had rainbow hair once. It cost a fortune to get that done because I got it done professionally, and that cost me about $300.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was like, And then kids thought I was a My Little Pony when I went to the mall. They're like, oh, look at My Little Pony. And I was like, yeah. That was before people actually liked people with colourful hair.
Hello, Bristol. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We're just chit-chatting for like an hour or however.
I know how to speak his language. It goes, you have to go, hello, me babbers. Bristolian for hello.
Yeah. Hey, Wayne. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Wayne. Yeah.
My boy is good, by the way.
Yeah. Wayne's World rock music. Rock music. I was slamming to Chili Peppers before we came on this live. So it's funny because I have a mixture of music. Like sometimes I like Spanish, sometimes I like Red Hot Chili Peppers, sometimes I like other music. So I go like I just vary. Reggae, just what mood I'm in. Oh, Pinkie should be down your end of the woods soon. Oh, cool. Yeah, if anybody makes any trips to Massachusetts or Boston this spring or summer, let me know. I'll definitely meet up with you guys. I know I'm going to be doing a collaboration with, I want to get together with Noah. He has a channel. And he lives not too far from me, so we were going to collaborate with him, and I'm going to collaborate with a few other people. Yeah, but if anybody's in Massachusetts, just give me a buzz. Just reach out to me. I'll be happy to meet you guys. Definitely. Yeah, I love a lot of styles of music. Depends. Yeah, it depends what mood I'm in. Definitely. I could go for reggae or, Raven, welcome. Raven's in the house.
Hello, Raven.
I swear, Raven knows how to game. I tell you, if I join, I would die every second. I tell you, I am not a good gamer. I used to be, but I haven't gamed in a long time. I used to play Phasmophobia, and I swear to God, every time I would go in and get the clues, and I would just run right back out. I would be afraid that the ghost would come after me. But it's so funny because in real life, I'm totally the opposite. I run towards the noise. But for some reason in the game, I run the other way. It's so funny.
I play Fortnite.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed I play Fortnite. No, but everyone's like, oh, you play Fortnite. I like Fortnite.
Yeah.
I'm good at it, so why wouldn't I?
I do too. I do have to get another, my laptop isn't the best to go gaming. So I do have to get an up-to-speed laptop. I have to figure out how to game through Discord too. Yeah, that's very true, Nick. That's very true. I do play that in real life, in all honesty. Yeah. Yeah, so let's see. So I think everybody knows about my personal experiences, but I've had quite a few, and I am definitely clairvoyant and clairsensitive sentence as well. So I'm pretty sure everybody heard my story and my experiences, but yeah, it's a journey. It's definitely a journey to work with it. So see if anybody else is in here.
If you want to hear a funny story about Randolph County Asylum,
ooh,
back in the day when I was moderating for Kalani Ghost Hunter back then, he would do live streams there, and he did lots of live streams there. And one of them was 5 days long, and I went and I did Estes methods with him. Like it was done through TikTok, so we could all join in, and then we could like ask questions while he was under in the Estes. And he kept saying Pinkie quite a few times during those live streams. And then a while later, Paranormal Quest went in there, and they have a Ovulus, and the Ovulus said Pinkie. And it was in the room where he had done the Estes session where it had the ghost or whatever through the Estes had acknowledged me and said Pinkie, right? And then PQ had that Ovulus in that same room, and then it said Pinkie on there. And they just like, they didn't really make much note of it, but I was like, oh my goodness. And then I've seen other channels do that. They go in that same room, and if they have an Ovulus, it always comes through with Pinkie. And I was like, why does it keep saying Pinkie in that same room after I'd done so many live streams with Kalani where it's acknowledged me when I've asked it questions? And I was like, that was through through video call over the phone. And I was like, wow. And every time I hear that, I'm like, wow, maybe that ghost remembers me from back then. Maybe there's something in that room.
Yeah.
And I was like, and it's just like Pinkie every time someone has an Ovulus in there.
Hey, James, welcome in. We're just chit-chatting here, about like personal experiences and equipment and stuff. I actually gave my Ovulus away because I just didn't really understand it. It didn't really work for me. Because I'm a bare minimal. I go in with like the bare minimum and basically use myself as a tool. Because I just find that like the REM pod, sometimes, you just have to, what I honestly do is when I go into an investigation is I actually take the readings beforehand. I actually make an outline of like where all the outlets are, electrical outlets, like boxes, things like that. And then I take readings around that area. So then when I go back and do the investigation and I get like a reading that I can't really understand, I go back to my notes and I look at it. So, around like electrical outlets and like that, of course, you get high EMF, but also like for like the RAM pods, like if your phones are next to it or, any electrical interference. And sometimes it just randomly goes off, like when you're like trying to reset it and stuff. Hey, Spain, good to see you. I'm kind of old school. Like I do still do diagrams and stuff like that. I actually take temperatures of the weather conditions outside as well, like whether or not it's raining, sunny, the temperature, things like that. Just so I could see if there's a change or anything like that as well. So yeah, that's what I'm actually getting rid of going through all my equipment and getting rid of a lot that I don't use anymore. Like I have like tons of recorders. And recorders are always good to use, but it's not recommended to carry them around with you because it's a lot of interference. So I basically like just put them like flat, like on the bed or something, and leave it there. Hey, Adrian, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. And then, I just, go around with like the video recorder, and I actually have a ghost cam that I have stationary as well. So I basically use like the webcam or like a video recorder. I use like my ghost cameras that I have stationary. I use voice recorders. I do want to get a couple lights just to see if they work, like the track lights, see if those, experiment with those. I do use dowsing rods, although I kind of want to work with those as well because the ones that I kind of have are kind of like flimsy. So I definitely want to work more with those. And that's just basically it. And then myself. So I don't really bring a lot with me. And of course, like I do bring my sketching pad as well to take like the readings. And also like if I like get like images of like anyone coming, like I could actually draw portraits and stuff and images. So that's basically what I bring with me.
I don't really like phone apps. I don't really like using them.
Yeah.
Because that kind of like, you don't know if it's real or not. And it's like, it can get your hopes up that it might be real. And it's like, I don't really want my hopes up that that's actually a spirit talking to me. So I would rather like actually just sit there quietly and hopefully hear one. Because like, for me personally, I'd rather actually hear one. And I don't know. Like, I don't think ancient like spirits would know how to actually use a phone. Because it's like, how would they know how to use that technology when they've never seen it?
I was talking to Laura the other day. The old-fashioned like white noise machines that you just plug in and you just like run them. I'm wondering if I want to try an experiment with them and wonder, since they have kind of like the white noise in them, I was wondering if I plug it in and I turn it on, if something would happen as well, like as like a, you know, like a you know, like a white noise machine generally. So I want to try to, because I have like the old fashioned ones, the ones that basically are just pure white noise and that's it. So I want to try to bring that with me and see, you know, like things that, you know, like, you know, there's a lot of like kids toys as well that basically you just press a button and it goes off and stuff. So you could bring like a kid's piano that's easy, like to just press and it goes off, like little things like that. You know, I feel that you don't have to like get like actually like equipment. Like you could just like get like objects that are typically like household objects, you know, because, you know, a lot of people now bring the teacher's bells. And I bring those, you know, with me as well, the teacher's bells, because it's easy enough just to tap them, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, I just wonder, like I had like a close friend of mine that passed away last year, and he was part of the paranormal community. And it's weird because he was the first one that said, I'm dying. And Sean knows who I'm talking about, Raymond. And he was the first one that says, I'm dying to see what happens once you pass. Like, I want the answers. So what's funny is that, you know, not too long ago after he passed, I had this dream, and he was, you know, Raymond was always like a jokester, like his hair was all like disheveled and, you know, so he was in a room, like just like a room with like, just like a dark room with, you know, minimal furniture. And I asked him, I said, Raymond, I said, are you happy? And, you know, like what, you know, are you happy? And what happens to you after you pass? And he was like, I'm happy. You know, I get to do what I want. I get to go where I want to go. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. And then it just like the dream just ended right there. So, you know, I wish sometimes it would be like black and white, like, you know, like somebody that a family member that passed or a friend would just like come right to you and say, okay, this is what happens. You know, I would just wish it would be just plain as day, but unfortunately it's not, because we don't even know like if they could communicate with us. Like, do they have a voice? Like, do they have, you know, we don't know, you know? Is it just like mind talking? Like, did it just send messages?
No proof, is there? There's no actual genuine proof.
You just don't know, you know? I would love to know. Yeah, what's Sean have to say? I would. Sorry, Sean, I'm just trying to see what you're saying about the TV. Let's see if I could get back to there. Oh. Who's that? Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody had a question here. Oh, how can you tell if you are sensitive? So I learned at an early age, Sandra, like I learned at an early age, like, you know, like I started sensing things. And then it wasn't actually until I reached out and got into a paranormal group that I actually started, like, I started to open up, as well as being like, everybody knows about the Darkwood Hauntings, the miniseries. So I actually tampered with black magic. And from there, at that point on, is when I actually opened up as well. There's different things to see whether or not you're sensitive. So, you know, you could be a clairaudience that is basically clear hearing, a clairvoyance, which is clear seeing, is what I am. A clairsensitive is sentence is what I am as well. So you could feel things. So there's different things that actually you could be attuned, or you could be very intuitive as well. With me, what happened is, so when I started getting into CMPS, we went out on investigations, and I started to realize that when I started to sense a spirit near me, I got this knot in like my chest, and it got cooler around me, and I just like felt like I was like, something was going on, like actually like not stabbing pains in my chest, but actually like I felt like my chest was like, it felt like a big knot. And then people would take readings around me and say, oh my God, it's really cold around you. And then I started sensing other things as well. So I had a couple of those experiences, and I actually was concerned of my health as well. I was like, oh my God, something's wrong with my heart, or, you know, something's wrong with me. I need to go get a physical and check out. So I got a physical. Everything was fine. You know, I got an EKG, you know, blood work was done and everything. And, you know, everything was fine. You know, I turned out normal. But then when I started going to more investigations, the same thing happened. For example, I actually went to this one particular residence, and I went into the front door, and I started getting like really like bad, like pains in my heart, but it was different. It was like something like hit my heart. Like it was like really like to the point that I buckled over. But then it passed away like a couple of minutes later. And then I started going in the back, towards the back in the area. And then I started bawling my eyes, crying. Like I couldn't understand. I was crying, and people was like, oh my God, what's going on with you? So that lasted, actually, the crying phenomenon actually lasted for a long time. And then finally it left me. So a person that actually knew the history of the house didn't tell me this, but as I was leaving, she goes, okay, you have to know these two things. And I said, what? And she goes, right where you were standing when you came in, this used to be a police station, and a police officer got shot in the heart where exactly you were standing. And I'm like, oh my God, he ended up passing away, obviously. And then further up, once it got converted to a regular house, there was an elderly couple there, and the wife passed away, and basically the husband died of a broken heart, and he was like sobbing, and he was still sad because he couldn't find his wife, that she passed as well. So those two things like corresponded, but what I was feeling. Oh, hi, Laura. Good to see you. And it just goes on and on and on after that. So, I do believe, like, I don't put myself out there. Like, I don't say I'm psychic. I don't say that, you know, I have these things. I'm just grateful what I have. And I learn new things about myself every day, you know? So that's my spiel. I know it was a long story. Oh, we know you're from the other side. Thank you. Thank you, Rob. Hey, Aussie Cat. Good to see you.
Hello, Aussie
Cat. Hello.
Hello, Laura.
Good to see you. Let me see if I missed anybody here. Yeah, so that's those are my experience, and they just go on and on. Like about a couple of months ago, I went to the S.K. Pierce Mansion. I absolutely love that place. Anybody that's in Massachusetts needs to do a tour there. It's that mansion is phenomenal. But I went there with the famous psychic psychic brandy, and we went to the living room, and we all like, there was a youth group, and we all like sat around the table, and she was like, okay, she goes, everybody just close your eyes and tell me if you get anything. So of course I got something, and I'm looking around, and I'm saying to myself, well, I'm not going to open up my mouth if nobody else does. So finally she looks right at me and she says, do you sense anything? And I said, oh yeah, I kind of do. And she goes, what do you sense? And I said, there's a woman around her 30s with freckles and long brown hair. And she just used to come here all the time for parties, because they used to throw parties there with like Barnum and Bailey circus guy and everything. They used to just throw these like really great parties. And come to find out that the reason why she connected with me was an incident that happened in my past growing up. So that's why she connected with me. So I was like, oh, she goes, why didn't you say anything? And I was like, well, I kind of didn't want to stand out here. So, because I don't like to put myself out there. Like, because people just get like different vibes. They think you're either crazy or they think, I don't know. So I don't put myself out there. I don't. Yeah, Octo, good to see you. Sage, good to see you. I see somebody saying hello to you, so I hope I didn't miss anything. So yeah, Sandra, if you ever think that you may have an ability, yeah, definitely reach out to me, and I could see, I could kind of see like what you think you have and kind of work with you. So yeah, so that's my whole spiel, guys. I know I'm a very unusual person is what I'm told. So working and lurking, almost done for the day. All right.
People always say I'm a weirdo. Strange.
Everybody has
I know what it's like.
It's not, people, and that's the thing. It's like, it's some people honestly cannot handle me in a way, like, because they don't know what to expect from me. I'm, even though I'm like really like out talkative here, I'm a very private person, and I don't allow a lot of people into my like little shelter here. So it's just the way I am, So this is a
Laura
good
likes my crow. She likes my crow hot dog in the bath. I made that bathtub hot dog thing. With crow in it, having a bath.
I did not see
mayonnaise.
That. See it.
He's got the mayonnaise and he's going like this with his mayonnaise.
You have to see it.
I was like, that's funny. I'm going to keep on making more little bits of it so I can join it together. And he's playing with the mayonnaise. And I was like, some of that looks a little bit weird, like he's rubbing the actual hot dog sausage. But I was like, well, that's weird.
Oh, thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sean. But, people do
funny.
I'm a little unusual, I have to say. I think everybody knows. Well, I was wondering too when you changed your name, but now I figured it out, because I honestly asked. I said, "Oh, why did you change your name?" But thank you, Rob. A beautiful soul is what you know of me. Nice. Laura's in the house. Lovely Laura. The Morning Brew Crew. That's a good time, I tell you. The Morning Brew Crew is a good time, Laura. That was a good step for you to create that show. That's a good time. Most of the time I have to be lurking because I'm at work, but I try to tune in as much as I can. definitely. But that's good times.
I always enjoy the live streams.
You really, Rob. I like scary. Yeah, and it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because, like, you know, I can't dress like this going to work because it's very professional. So I feel like kind of like out of my element when I'm not like this. Oh, send me a link. I could chat with you all. Okay. I'll send you a link, Sean. Come right on. There we go. Let's see.
You can have another person.
Another person. Yay.
Come and join us, Sean.
I don't know, Sean. It's gonna take me a couple of minutes because I already drank my whole drink. So just give me a couple of minutes. Let's see. All right. StreamYard.
For me, creatively, what helps is I think it's the really, really huge imagination.
It is, yeah.
And I think the fact that I can dream in color probably helps a lot. And I think because of my ADHD, sometimes I might, you know, I'm either not focused at all or extremely focused. And when it comes to, like, if I have a dragon to draw and I have a song to make and I have to animate it, once I start doing it, I can't stop. So I got to keep on going. And sometimes I will stay up all night drawing and getting it done because I'm in the zone. But sometimes I have to go to bed and, like, leave it, but I don't want to. And people, like, come out and they're like, "No, you should go to bed now." I'm like, okay, I'll go to bed. But it's like, I think it's because it's become like an obsession for me to keep drawing the dragons. And I think,
yeah, that's amazing. It's great what you do. I mean, you have like a really creative style in those dragons, I tell you. You know, and that's great. You know, like the imagination is wondrous. It is, because, you know, that's how I created the mini series, and now we're going to a whole new level. We're actually bringing in like characters and stuff, so it's going to be a totally new experience. But you have to have creativity and just like go with it, you know.
Yeah, while you're inspired to draw it and create, that's when you should be doing it. When you're in that headspace where, oh, well, I've got to create this for this person. And for me, I go and research something about the person before I start creating their dragon. Like, if I already know them a little bit more personally, they're easier to draw a dragon for. But I really want to make sure that when I'm drawing someone a dragon, it matches them as a person, like personality wise, as well as the song about them. And like when I name them the dragon, I go and find the Norse translator, like the old Norse translator, and I put in words that I think about that person, like what I think of them, kind of like that they're a strong person or they're amazing or something. So I try and get it translated into the Old Norse so I can name the dragon appropriate for that individual. Yeah.
Oh, the spicy meatball is here. The spicy meatball.
Yeah. Hello, spaghetti.
So Lauren's asking what actually drew you to dragons.
I don't know. I used to like dinosaurs a lot, but then I started watching dragon programs and things like that. I really like How to Train Your Dragons type things, and I used to read a lot of books with dragons in them and watch a lot of dragon movies, cartoons, things with dragons.
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought that, you know, like the medieval type movies with the dragon, I used to always think they were really cool. And I just started drawing them, and I was like, actually, I enjoy drawing that. So I kept drawing them. And like during COVID, I just sat there like learning how to do the digital version of drawing a dragon. Yeah. And then my son, who does more digital art, he's professionally trained in it, started showing me how to use the software and how to use the pen and the tablet.
Mhm.
And then I decided that I would rather draw with a mouse. So generally I use my mouse for drawing these days because it's easier for me. I have more control over it. So I just grab my mouse and I just do what I do on the software, and for me it's relaxing. Just sitting there creating them. And when you get them right, it's like, that's a nice dragon.
Yeah, it is. It is, definitely.
Like I try and make them individualized towards the person. That's why I ask them what color do they want, because everyone has a favorite color. And with dragons, it doesn't matter what color they are because they're imaginary. You can have whatever color you want. Like a dragon doesn't have to be just boring colors. It can be colorful.
There's nothing. Yeah, it doesn't have to be the typical that we usually see in like movies and stuff, you know. It could be whatever color, you know.
Why
and
not?
I like how you implement the colors of like the people that you're like actually making them for, like their channel and stuff like that, which is cool.
Yeah, like Alessio's one.
Yep.
It's got the Italian flag colors on it, the green, white, red. That's why I did it, because it's the Italian flag. And I was like, and then someone was like, is that a Mexican flag? I was like, no, it's Italy. Because the Mexican one has a round thing in the middle of it.
So Sean has joined us. Hey, Sean.
Hello, ladies. How are you?
Good. How are you doing? Did you sneak out of work early?
Yeah, I bugged out about a half hour early. They let us all go today.
Ah, nice, nice, nice.
But yeah.
Good, good, good. Well, thank you for joining us. Rob actually has a question. Do you think in pictures or words or scenarios? Like some people think about stuff in picture form in their mind. Oh, I have a wild imagination, so I just go with it.
I say pictures.
I think in both.
Yeah.
I kind of see
when
it.
I'm thinking of what I want to draw, I can shut my eyes and see it. But when I'm talking to people, I see words in my mind.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I kind of see it before I draw it.
I do too.
Of course, once you get into that little, how do I say, zone, and then just everything just flows together after that.
Yeah, yeah. Hi, Mr. Prism. Welcome, welcome. Kind of missed you. Sorry about that. Kind of just scrolling down here.
I heard you say something about Raymond earlier. There's
yeah.
He was a hell of a guy, and we used to have some hellacious chats. I mean, he was awesome. I mean, the way he would look at things a little different, and he could actually change the way you think by just looking at it in a different point of view like he did.
Yeah. He was amazing. Like, I think it's like already a year.
It's been about that long, yeah. Maybe a little over, but yeah, he was a great guy. I actually miss him.
Me too. Let's see if there's anybody else here. Everybody's saying hello to each other. I picked white for my dragon because they're supposed to be the rarest. Oh, okay, Laura. Nice.
It's interesting.
Oh, Mr. Prism, sorry about that. You know what was Sean came in, and then I was going to the question beforehand. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to trip over you. Certainly not. You're part of the group here.
Hello, Mr. Prism.
Yes.
I see you.
Yeah, I see.
I have thoughts in pictures, words, and voices. Very, very true. I do as well. Like I have like a wild imagination as it is. So like one of the things when we're doing the new miniseries with Crypt is that, you know, we were saying to ourselves, okay, we could go on with like because we stopped when I, you know, basically graduated out of high school, and then we're continuing on. But we said, what if we bring the characters back in and make it a whole new type of story, you know, with the character that came out when I was in that fighting scene, and like my spirit guides and like other, you know, other characters as well, and bring them all in. So that's what we're working on as well right now. So I think it's going to be a whole new, I'm still going to be the narrator, so I'm still going to tell my story. I believe Elaine's going to be part of it as well still, but it's going to be like a whole like different like kind of like story, and it's going to be fun. It really is going to be fun.
I thought that intro you had was kick ass.
That was from Crypt. He actually made that. He does well. He does really well with AI, and he has the platform and the format for that. So
yeah, I thought that was really cool the way that was done. It actually played twice. I actually seen the video come on twice.
So that's what happened. So I played it, and for some reason it lost connection, and then I had to restart it again. So it played, for some reason it played twice. And then when we came live, my mic went dead. So yeah. Then I had to leave and then come back in. It was screwy. Gremlins, I tell you.
I notice sometimes when I make my intro or when I start my intro, sometimes it doesn't show up on my screen. Yeah. But it's actually running, even though it don't show up on the screen.
Yeah. Wayne is saying he has to have a crew to struggle with technology, full stop. The amount of times I try to create thumbnails or even videos, I just given up not knowing how to do it. It takes time, Wayne. It really does. You could use something simple like Canva and CapCut. And that's how I actually started with the intro that I actually created before Crypt created mine. That's my intro. And I basically use CapCut. I made like little short clips and then brought it. Actually, sorry, I started in Canva, made little short clips, and then brought it over to CapCut and added put everything into gear. You know, you could put like in between the cuts, like you could have it like going together with like a little like effect in there. But I do recommend do not use Canva's music, only because I found out that when I went back to look at the intro, the music was taken off because it was copyright. So just because the music is in Canva doesn't mean that it's not copyright. So I would definitely recommend using like Suno or something like that to create the music. And DaVinci, I still have to check out DaVinci as well. They have a free software as well. I want to check that out.
Even you could have a friend do your music too as well. You know, have it pre-recorded and have them just do an original background for it.
Yeah. Oh, that's very true, Mr. Prism. You can't. You know, I do use Chat GPT as well. With my shorts, I like to make the pictures come alive, so I do use that. And I do use another software as well so that I could kind of move before I put the shorts together. So yeah, that's very true. That's good. A good recommendation as well. So yeah, it's just, you just have to get used to like what's out there. Definitely, you know. Definitely.
Some advice if you're using AI though, make sure that in your video description you put what AI you are using and what parts of your video are AI. Mm-hmm. Like for me, when I draw the pictures, I can claim that I drew that myself. So I say I drew that artwork. When I animate it with Grok, I put that I use Grok to animate them. Mm-hmm. When I make my music, I write my own lyrics. I wrote my own lyrics, and then I put, if I use Producer AI, Refusion, Suno, whatever you use, software for AI for your music, you need to say what you're using, because YouTube has changed the rules with AI, and if you don't do that, they will start removing videos. Oh, because wow. I watched one of their little, you know, like their little learning videos they have that they pop up and say, you should watch this so you can learn about AI and how it affects you and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, so that's why in my videos, I always, in the description is always, it describes what AI I have used and where I've used it. Like, because it's easy. Like all my animation, I use Grok for, because Grok does the best job out of all of the ones I've tried, and it does actually get the dragons doing what I want them to do. And I've found that with the genre of music I use, generally Riff Fusion or Producer AI works better than Suno.
Yes.
And it's a little bit cheaper per month to pay for, so you can have the copyright. Because if you pay for them, you own their ability to use the copyright on there. Because if you don't pay for them, you can't use their music for commercial purposes with like Uno or with Refusion. So you have to make sure like you have the paid subscriptions with those, and also with a lot of the AI generating ones that you put your pictures in and they generate the picture. If you have the paid one, that gives you the copyright of the actual things moving, like anything that's animated that you've drawn. Because once they've animated, they claim that copyright. But if you pay for it, then it's yours. So it's like, it's just a matter of keeping yourself covered legally as far as copyrights go, as far as that goes, but also with YouTube to make sure that you're not putting all this work into videos and you're building your channel and you haven't been putting descriptions of what you're doing as far as what is AI and what is not. And then YouTube comes along and says, you haven't told us which ones are AI. That's obviously AI. We're going to remove your videos, because it's going to happen, because they're already warning us, so they must be going to implement it. So I'm like, just my advice to people, make sure you say it in there.
Yeah, I mean, it takes
they're honest about what you're doing as well.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a bit of honesty about what you're using to create things with.
So if you actually drew it yourself and you don't tell them you animated it, they'll screw with it?
Yeah, so like I draw, like all my dragons I draw, and then I put them into Grok, right? And I tell Grok I want the dragon to do this, and it will go and do it.
Right.
That particular part of it where it's animated, that becomes copyrighted to Grok unless I pay for it.
Even though it's your character.
Yeah, because it's their AI that animated it for you. It's just,
Wow, man, that's changed since I was doing it.
Just be careful. Yeah, you just got to be careful legally that if you pay for it, it gives you and when you download it, it gives you and I don't know how it does it, but they say that covers your copyright. I'm like, okay, I'll pay for it then.
I used to be able to take my drawings and put them in what they call a flip book, an animated flip book, and make them animate that way, because it would only take the picture for so long and then go to the next frame, and you could split it up. And that's how I used to animate some of mine, in like an old flip book type deal that was in the computer. You could use it back then, but wow. Well, at least I'm glad to kind of hear that a little bit. Maybe some of these investigators that's using AI for, how do I say, non-credible stuff will get busted finally.
Well, if you actually look into the ones that are using AI, and you can tell it's AI, because there's always some little thing you can tell that even if it's a realistic looking picture, you can tell it's AI. If they haven't got in their description that it is that, you can actually report it to YouTube if you really want to. But I'm not like out to get people, so I wouldn't do that. But they're the ones that
I'm not out to get people. I just it's just going to get harder for us investigators to actually take things super serious to compete with some of this AI stuff going on, and because they're getting it for views because of the way they do it with the AI now.
They make it because they make AI ghosts now. Yeah. I was like, the YouTube will catch on to them and go, have you described that in your thing? Nope.
Yeah.
Hi, sorry, your videos are going now. I
Interesting.
think they're more strict if you're monetized. I think that's when YouTube becomes really strict on it. So well, I'm not monetized. I'm making sure I'm doing everything right
Right.
as far as YouTube is concerned. Because I find with like my Facebook channel, it doesn't seem to have it that Facebook doesn't seem to give a crap about whether it's AI or not.
Yeah,
But
they're not that strict about it. For
no, I've had that dragon channel for 4 years, and 90% of the other people that draw dragons on there, their dragons are not hand drawn; they're mostly AI drawn, and you can tell.
I might have to check that out. That sounds cool. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, it does.
Because I finally got monetized on Facebook, but not YouTube yet. But,
yeah, sometimes I'll sit down and draw all sorts of stuff. I mean, like I said, once you get in the zone, you can just zone out the whole day, just taking your time on a drawing. I've had drawings that I take 2 or 3 days on before. But yeah, that sounds cool. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna have to check your page out for that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, my Facebook page is linked in my bio on my YouTube channel. It should have Passion for Dragons. That's my Facebook one. It's called Passion for Dragons. Basically, I just post like mostly shorts on there and pictures of dragons, because the audience on there is completely different to YouTube audience. They just want images of them and cute little dragons flying around and dragons breathing fire and going rah, and they're happy with that. Because that's what the dragon community on Facebook like. And it's like we all of us do that. Like everyone on Facebook, that's how we do it. We just show each other our dragon pictures, and we all just go around all of our pages and look at them. And it's like when Facebook's like, oh, we can monetize you now because of the Christmas video.
Wow.
Because the Christmas one got over 45,000 views, and then the one that I did for New Year's, the short, got about 45,000 views, but the longer one didn't. But the short form content does better on Facebook, and that one also got 45,000 views, and it got me over because like they also, to monetize properly for that, so you can have ads in your reels, you have to have over like 3,000 watch hours on there too, like YouTube. But I already had tons of hours of watch hours on there compared to YouTube. But so it's all been it's all done now. So I'm like, that's good. Meet a goal somewhere.
That's pretty cool.
I have fun with Facebook.
Got her channels, definitely.
Looks like Rob's got a question there, Susan.
For you. He got a question for you.
Says, has Sean got anything lined up? I actually start back up February 1st. I'm going to have like a pre-show ending of all shows for season 3. And it's where me and Phantom Palace teamed up, and we went to Melbourne Manor last October on Halloween Eve. We'll probably show some stuff then, and about an hour after that show, I kick off season 4. And I'm booked to the end of March right now, but I'm going to this year I'm going to kind of take breaks in between times here and there, because it takes a lot of time to do podcast, and I kind of want to get back out in the field and get with a lot of people this year too as well.
I do too.
So, but yeah. And I think in April I'm going to March or April, I'm going to the Sanctum of Souls again. So that'll be live when I go there.
Nice. I think, I'm planning to do a little bit of traveling. I don't really have any investigations lined up yet, but I could just do that when I have the chance to. Yeah,
I'm kind of getting a little burnt out with some, podcasts, as in the fact of, because when I started off, the first year and a half, I probably did actually almost in 2 years, I probably did 500 podcasts.
Yeah.
I mean, it was almost, I was on a podcast almost every other day there for a little bit, and it actually gets to you. It burns you out a little bit. And you want to try to stay fresh and keep up with everybody and etc. And I really like to get back out in the field a little more and get some of the team members back together and do some stuff out in the field and bring it to you live as well. So that's what I'm planning on this year, doing a little more of, because like I said, sitting behind the computer here and stuff, I want to get out in the field again.
I bet, Fawn, are you drinking your sweet tea? She always says she's drinking her tea on the lives when we're on the lives together. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work to have a podcast. It really is. I mean, especially when you go into like the interviewing part of it. Mm-hmm. I mean, it really is. You have to line up the guest, and then you have to like create the thumbnail and create the stream, and and you still have glitches. Like I had a glitch tonight.
Right.
It's probably due to the weather coming. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and that kind of takes you away from doing the things that you want to do. Very
true. But like I said, I just want to, I kind of like to get out more in the field this year than I was last year. Cause like I did a lot of podcasts in the last 3 years overall, going from my old team to the new team and then starting out and everything. Cause like I said, Susan even helped me out. She actually created this background behind me. She got the little wolf back there she created for my inner logo.
Yeah. So, are you going to go with the other one?
I'm getting kind of 50-50. I like the new one, but I like that one too.
I was just going to ask you, Fawn, if you was going to have hot chocolate. Because that's another thing that I see you drink a lot of hot chocolate and sweet tea.
If I can get somebody to adjust my intro for season 4, I don't know if I'm going to get it done before the season 4 starts, but actually maybe flash all 4 logos, go through it and just kind of flash them, and because they're all kind of cool. Like I said, I'm actually fond of that one. I want to get that one on a shirt.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think I don't know. I kind of like the logo, my new logo that I have there, and then I have the Darkwood Hauntings logo. So I think I'm just gonna stick with that, and just see. I may just try to, not consolidate my channel, but I may just try to like organize it a little bit more, and just see where that goes. I'm gonna keep it Central Mass Paranormal Society, but I don't know. I may change it in the future. I don't know. Just see what goes on this year. Definitely.
Yeah, like I said, it takes a lot of time and stuff. And like I said, I know I'm going to start taking a little more breaks on and off between certain time frames because, like I said, I want to get out in the field and want to get back to myself again. So,
yeah, definitely in the spring and summer, I want to go back out in nature and, start exploring and do investigations as well. Yeah, definitely want to do that.
Yeah,
because you just get so wrapped in social media as well. Like I'm all over the place on social media, but it takes to constantly like go on it and make sure that you're up to par and keep up with your YouTube channel and stuff. I mean, it's a lot. Like sometimes I just have to walk away from social media and just like reflect on myself and take some time for myself.
Yeah, that's like I said, that's why I took the break I'm doing right now, because it does take a lot out of you sitting behind the computer and setting everything up, and like you said, not being able to get out and chat and do the investigations like you want. And I want to get, like I said, I want to get back out in the field. I want to get back to me. I want to get my energy back to where it should be and focusing on me a little bit. So
absolutely.
And I do got some great guests lined up, and some from season 1 are coming back because I want to see how they've been doing, because I haven't talked to them since season 1, and just see how they're doing and chit chat with them a little bit, and some new teams that I've met here over the last few months, like Hiccup, the ones that was with us on the round table. That they're going to be the opening for season 4. But yeah, like I said, I definitely want to get back out in the field more.
Yeah. Oh, Rob, I could definitely fly to you, huh? 18 hours, that's not bad. That's not bad. I love castles and, and rustic places as well. I really like them. There's a couple of like mansions and castles around here I have to explore close to my area.
Well, I'm going to say it's on my bucket list to try to get out to where you're at this year.
Massachusetts, Boston. Yes.
And team up with you and Victor. That's on my
That would be funny.
that's on my bucket.
That would be funny. And you know what the funny thing is? You could actually stay overnight at the SK Pierce Mansion now. So I mentioned it to him and he was like, "What?"
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Getting Victor to go there, that'd be awesome.
That would be.
We've been asking him to come down here for the last few years, and Tammy was going to come down for the 4th of July one year, and he ended up having something else come up. But yeah. I think we were going to take him out to the Indian Mountains over by Peoria, was where we were going to take him originally.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, but if anybody, everybody should experience Boston once. I mean, we have a lot of history here, So yeah, everybody, if you in a lifetime, and then you could go to Salem, but everybody should experience Boston once in their lifetime.
I've been there when I was in grade school, and that was the last time, I think probably in 5th grade.
I went to Denmark a couple of years ago, and I stopped in Iceland, and I absolutely love Iceland. I would live there. It was like the warmest it gets is probably like the 60s, and it's basically a lot of the time it's cloudy, rainy, but I absolutely loved it there. I loved it there. I would move there in a heartbeat if I could.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd definitely be cool.
Because I'm going to be snowbound here for a couple of days. I tell you. Can't wait.
Traveling from my country is very expensive.
Where are you located at, Pinkie?
New Zealand. So I would have to fly out of Auckland Airport. I've been to Australia a few times.
That's on my
And that
bucket.
was in New Zealand dollars. I think it was $700 return. The budget I had for the Australian trip to go see PQ, which I didn't end up doing, was I had $10,000 aside for that, but that would have been because I would have been doing a lot of traveling and going to the events there. But I need to save that over again because I had to put money into something else. But I really want to save up and just travel, but I probably would have to do a fundraiser of some sort to get enough money to travel anywhere.
Yeah.
To just go to America for 2 or 3 weeks, it costs $20,000 for me. So I was like,
wow,
it's a lot of money just to travel. That is a lot of money.
So
there's tons of places there.
So do you investigate? Pinkie?
No. I am what you call a fan. I am mostly a paranormal question when it comes to the Paranormal Quest and Adelaide Haunted Horizons. I'm a fan of theirs. I like watching their stuff. I used to watch some of the fake channels until I realized they are fake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would love to go investigate, but I'm like, I don't know. It's just never happened because New Zealand is such a young country. There's not a real huge amount of haunted places in New Zealand. And also there's most of the asylums, to get into them to even investigate in the first place, you have to sneak in illegally because they won't let you go in there. One of them, they have cameras everywhere and they have security on site. It's an old asylum and it's in the middle of nowhere, but they have people living there as security. You can't just go and sneak in there. And then the buildings, some of them have asbestos in them, so it's kind of not a safe idea. But there's a really like rotten history at that one. I would love to be able to go and investigate the buildings there, but you can't because it's still owned by the government, so you can't just sneak in there.
Oh wow!
And I was like, that sucks. So all the cool places you can't sneak in. Otherwise, you'll get arrested. Trespassing.
Sometimes those are the good places to try to.
I've seen people done videos in that place, and they've been in there and they've had to sneak around, but their videos are done because they can't do anything because you can't get into the buildings because they're all locked up, and there's no like broken windows like some places have in other countries. That they make sure it's so you cannot get in any of the buildings. So you walk around the outside, so it's kind of pointless.
Wow.
But I would like, if I could, I would probably like to go there, but I don't know how you could do it.
When I was on the old team, we actually was done with the investigation for a client. They wanted us to contact somebody for them, and we were actually in a cemetery. And we were coming up over the hill, and we noticed the cop cars were out there by our cars. And they were looking through our cars with flashlights. And one of our team members at the time had haunted dolls in her car. And they were sitting there checking it out because they were all lined in her back seat and up in the back of the windowsill and everything else. And then all of a sudden they seen us walking up, and they seen us with our gear and everything and our shirts. And it's like, just pack your stuff, leave. I don't want nothing to do with you guys. Just get out of here.
That's funny. Yeah, Wayne, it is expensive to investigate legally. It really is. Like the places that are the places that are well known here is literally like anywhere from like $500, which $500 is considered cheap, to like the Lizzie Borden house is over $1,000 to investigate.
Oh, wow.
And that's not even including like getting because you could also stay in one of the rooms overnight. So that's not even including like staying in a room.
But that's not counting the price for the room?
No, it's not counting the price of the room.
Wow.
It's the investigation. Yeah.
I can understand if you're, maybe 300 if you have a group of people. Or even 500.
I mean, but it's just literally like always me. So,
I mean, I can understand
like a couple of people with me, but it's like,
But so I can understand, like I said, 500, and you got a group of people, and you can divide it up. And as long as it's going to the renovation of the house, and maintenance to the house, I understand that. But for the extra over profit of it, that's a little crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is crazy. Luckily, when Victor and I went, and we went with my friend Mara, we went to the Whitney house. It was very inexpensive because it's kind of like a conservation historical place. And I know the historical administrator there as well. So we got a fairly decent price. But they have another place across the street from it. And to rent the two places together, it was like over $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
I noticed one thing too, since I've started, in the paranormal 4 years ago. I mean, we used to get bombarded with residentials constantly. And I mean, that was our main thing. And
I started with residentials as well.
And that was our main thing. And I love residentials, but here last year and a half, it's kind of calmed down a little bit.
It has been. Yeah.
But yeah, I've done a lot of residentials, and I like them more than going to other locations, like big locations. Residentials are very interesting.
They are. I think like I don't know, because I haven't really had a lot of residentials as well. I think it basically. Well, hello, Ace. How are you? Good to see you.
Hello, Ace.
Hello,
I
Ace.
think like the residentials, I think a lot of people are being cautious as well to
Mhm.
bring people in.
Yeah.
So
And I can understand that too. I mean, you have to be cautious, but you don't want somebody to go in there that doesn't know what they're doing and stir up and make it worse either. Because I've had to clean up some of those before.
yeah, I mean, the last one I was in was a mother and a son, and that's perfectly fine, Ace. I'm glad you made it. Mother and son, and actually, it was kind of weird because they said that they were seeing spirits were coming through the mirrors. Literally, like all the mirrors in the house was covered. Like they were all covered by like sheets and everything.
Right.
And the mother was saying that the son kept on seeing these spirits coming through the mirrors. So so we investigated. You know, I had a big group with me as well. You know, I had a tech person, and I had like, you know, we had all the equipment, and we did a thorough investigation. And you know, it unfortunately, like a lot of situations like that, you have to look into the mental health as well. And I think that honestly what was happening. It was like a paranormal kind of like a, I don't know, that they had a phobia for mirrors and stuff like that. So, you know, like little things like that. That was the last investigation I went to that was residential.
Mirrors are actually pretty interesting to deal with as well.
Yeah, yeah. But it was just they had every mirror in the house completely covered because they were adamant that like the demonic presences and you know, spirits were coming through the mirrors.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was basically the last residential I went to. So they're not, I know a lot of groups that still go to, you know, people's houses, but I think it's more, I think there's not as much of them anymore.
Right. I think the last residential I did is I helped an elderly lady. She called me and she was in her 80s, and she kept saying her kitchen cabinet doors would open and she'd feel tugging on the back of her pant leg and noises in the back room and stuff like that. And took the team there and set up the Ovilus and some laser grids and stuff. And we actually caught some shadows and couldn't figure them out. We actually went outside, walked the house, you know, to see if it was reflecting off anything into the room. And the team was in the back, and I was sitting in the kitchen with her, and we were sitting there talking, and she heard the voices coming over the Ovilus, and she goes, "Sean, what are you going to do with the spirits there?" And I said, "Well, it depends on what they are." And I walked back there and talked to them and come back, and I said, "Well, it looks like they're going to be, it's two little kids." And she goes, "Two little kids?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I mean, it could be just from the land itself, from before the house was even built, or it was torn down before, or whatever, regardless." And they were still there. But I said, she said, "Well, if they're two little kids, they can stay." And I said, "Well, okay." And I said, "Read them a book, read them a kid's book." And I said, "Play music during the day." And she goes, "I do play music. I like playing music during the day." And I said, "You got to remember one thing, when you hear, or when you feel that tug on your pant leg, or those cabinet doors opening, or the knocks on the wall," I said, they're asking for attention. They're looking at you like being maybe their grandma now, you know, because you're the older person. And she said, "Can I go back there to talk to him?" And I escorted her back to the back room where we had the Ovilus was. And she goes, "Hello." And he goes, "Old." And she goes, "I'm not old." And all of a sudden you heard the chuckling, like a laugh. So she got a kick out of that. But I end up telling her, I said, "Well, let's do it the way I told you." And I said, "I'll come back in a few days and check on you." And I end up coming back, and she gave me a big hug. And she goes, "Sean, I'm glad you came here because it helped me figure out what was going on here." Because she said, "I was going to sell my house, but I'm going to keep it now."
Nice.
So I thought that was pretty cool at the time, and that was the best feeling in the world, being able to help her out.
That's great. It's great. Yeah, it's great when you help people out. It really is.
Yep. For sure.
Yeah.
I think that's.
Oh, God, I'm not looking forward to being snowbound for 2 days. Maybe I'll play in the snow or something, get lost in it.
Make some snow angels.
I don't know.
Can you make a snowman? I know it's not Christmas, but you can still make snowmen.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
Yeah, somebody can throw snow at. Like snowballs.
Yeah. Sometimes the guys at work get a little out of hand with snowballs. When you're not looking, you want to come flying from not ball direction.
Bye, Wayne. Good to see you. Thank you for coming by. Yeah, we're going to be in here just a little bit longer, then we're going to wrap things up. Already been in here hour and a half, huh?
Yeah, my husband's sneaking around over there. He's sneaking around over there, being quiet, being a good boy.
Or something.
He's getting himself some lunch.
Yeah, that's right. It's lunch for you.
Oh wow!
It's 1 p.m. 5 past 1 here.
But I'm gonna stay up late tonight. Stay up late.
I think Susan's an hour ahead of me, ain't she? Ain't it like 7 o'clock in Boston?
Ooh, Nick, you're eating fried rice.
That's
nice. Now now I'm hungry. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll just watch a movie tonight. I have no plans for the weekend.
It's still Friday there, right?
Well, I don't really have any
Friday.
Plans.
Do you have Paramount, Susan?
Huh?
Do you have the Paramount channel?
I do.
It's All Her Fault. It's a season show. You need to check that out.
I want snow me in. Oh, you could have some of mine, Leanne. I'll be willing to share it to you. I'll manifest it over to you, okay? Because I literally am getting like 18 inches plus here. No lie. Like, I don't even know if I'm able to make to work Monday. I have to see. I'm just going to be like in the snow this whole time. I tell you.
In my town, it doesn't snow at all.
Yeah.
It's a season. It's called It's All Her Fault. And it's a twister. Every time you turn around and you think you figured it out, it goes another direction. And it's on Paramount.
I saw it.
But it's kind of like it starts out where a child gets kidnapped, and I'll leave it at that. But every time you think you figured it out, oh my God, it's just a train wreck.
You guys are like making me hungry. Like Sage is saying like giant burritos. And, Wayne went to get something to eat. Holy moly.
Burritos does sound good too.
I had a burger for breakfast.
There's nothing wrong with burgers for breakfast.
Well, it's because on my son's birthday we had burger like patties and bacon and eggs all left over, so I just whipped those in the microwave and made a burger out of them. Like, oh, there's breakfast.
I like leftover Chinese food, pizza. Sometimes I eat it cold.
Leftover lasagna.
Don't tell Sarah that one.
I'm very odd at that.
No.
I eat
You'll
whatever.
Get planked.
It's not really a breakfast item for me. I eat like whatever. Doesn't really make a difference. Rob, you're not sending any snow to me, okay? I know you're sick of it, but I have plenty over here. Between Laura sending me snow and now you, I'm getting plenty of it. Believe you me. I'm gonna be like snowbound as it is. So I'm gonna be like in everybody's like chats and stuff because I'll have like nothing to do. So I'll be snowbound.
When did you say it was supposed to start for you snowing?
It's supposed to start Sunday afternoon, I think.
That's about when it's
It's Monday.
Sometimes Sunday is supposed to start for us. But I think we're only supposed to get 5 inches or less.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. I mean, it is pretty. It is pretty on the trees and stuff. I do, I do like the snow. It's just where I am. They honestly don't start plowing until like mid morning or the middle of the day, so you really can't do anything or go anywhere. But I do have a lot of woods like where I am, so I could probably go trolling along in the woods or something. I don't know. Trolling along. 107? Oh my God.
Dang. I'll take some
so
of that.
cool.
Yeah, I'll take some of that.
It is hot.
107.
It is very hot.
It could get that hot in Massachusetts as well. And plus we have the humidity on top of that. So when we do get summer, it could literally get that high with the humidity.
Yeah.
See, I complain all the time. I don't like it when I'm too cold. I don't like it when I'm too hot. I'm like in between person, So
I'd rather take the heat over the cold any day.
I just don't like the humidity when it gets like too like sweaty and sticky. Don't like that. My feathers don't like that either. So
I used to work in a factory with a vulcanizer and get up to about 210 degrees in there every night.
Yeah. Well,
It's 61 degrees Fahrenheit here right now.
nice. I like 60s. I like the 60s, 70s.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
But we have been having a big tropical storm over our whole country. So it's not nice.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. It's probably, I bet you like anybody that goes on a stream or somebody, they may have issues. Because I have Eversource here, and they already put out a warning for possible like power lines down and stuff like that. So yeah, you need to be careful. Thank goodness, like I choose to go on Friday nights because, I don't have to for the weekend. But hopefully, everybody that does stream on the weekend will go okay. Hoping.
Hopefully.
But anyways.
I liked it when you used to do them on Wednesdays because when I was going to class up where I go to class up in the cities, it's like a 45-minute drive. I'd listen to your podcast on the way there.
Yeah, when I first got started, it used to be Wednesday evenings around 4:30. But then I was finding that, a lot of people couldn't make it because they had, a 9-to-5 job.
Hey, Carla.
Hey, Carla. How are you?
Yeah.
How are you?
Aussie Cat, they still haven't found some of the people that were buried in the landslide at the Mount Maunganui one.
Wow.
In New Zealand. There was this huge landslide and it covered, there was 6 people. They couldn't find 6 people, but they've found 2 of them, I think, and they were deceased. But
Wow.
they're still looking for 4. But the day before, so there was another landslide somewhere else that went through a house and killed 2 people.
Oh, wow.
And a whole part of New Zealand, the Coromandel area, they've had roads that have big slips and there's floods everywhere because this tropical storm, basically, it's the whole east coast has been hammered. And the Coromandel, that sort of part of the east coast in New Zealand it's basically cut off from the main part of New Zealand at the moment because they can't go anywhere because all the roads are closed.
Oh no.
So basically they're all stuck there. And so our Prime Minister went in the helicopter to go and make them all try and feel better, but that doesn't fix the fact that their houses and stuff are destroyed.
Right.
It's been a bit horrible, like seeing on the news, because Mount Maunganui is an area where I used to hang out as a younger person, and I'm from that part of New Zealand originally. I used to live near there. And so it's kind of like heartbreaking thinking that Mount Maunganui is killing people. It's like, seriously, how could that mountain do that? It's such an icon of that area, that particular mountain. Everyone likes to climb up it and stuff because it's like an hour and a half to climb up it. It's not a huge mountain, so,
Yeah.
more like a hill, but But that's really sad because it's summer holidays here. So, everyone's all on holiday and they're camping at the camping ground there. So there's a camping ground with cabins. I think it wiped out a bunch of cabins. Yeah. It's really sad. Anyway, if you pray, you can pray for them that they find them. Is it be nice to find the people that are trapped under there?
It would be.
That'd be scary, getting caught by a landslide.
Yeah.
Imagine you're on holiday and you're having a good time at the mountain. Normally, the mount this time of the year is normally like really sunny. It's a beautiful place to go in the summer. And you're sitting there in your cabin because it's raining, and then suddenly you freaking get wasted by a landslide. You'd be like, yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. It's like,
wow.
It's really sad, really.
I mean, I've heard of Colorado having avalanches, and people getting buried under there, and finding some of them, and they're actually alive. But yeah, when you got sliding for the water doing it and deterioration.
Yeah, mud and dirt and rocks, I think, is probably not going to do much good to someone if it smashes into you. It's not like snow, it's a bit softer when it hits you, maybe.
Right.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and they're still trying to have hope that people are alive under there, but I'm like, I don't know.
Do they have an estimate how many people?
There was 6 people. They've got 2 out of there. They've got 4 left to find. According to what I saw in the news earlier.
Well, I hope for the best for them. I mean, we've heard of stranger things happening, but I mean, I hope they actually find them and everything's okay.
Yeah, hopefully. It's New Zealand for you. Like, we seem to have every so many years we have either a cyclone or a big storm at this time of the year. Usually more February. And the last one was a few years ago. We had Cyclone Gabrielle, and that basically destroyed a bunch of other parts of the East Coast as well, and parts of Auckland. So, yeah, New Zealand can have some really nasty weather. But where I live is central, so we don't get that kind of as bad a weather in our town. But with the cyclone, we had the power out for a bit. But this one, we've been okay. We haven't had power cut yet. So, it's okay. It's New Zealand.
Yeah. I hope all goes well and they find them.
I just got a notice on my phone that says prepare for power outages and maybe equipment failure.
Yeah, I got that as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, hopefully, this storm would not be as bad as everybody's expecting, and
Yeah, I hope it's not too bad for you because, enough disasters around this planet.
Yeah.
Seems to be planet disaster.
Seems like the world is changing.
Global warming as well, Yeah,
it seems like the world's on its cycle and everything's changed now again. And
warming.
Yeah, definitely for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, the world goes on. It does have a cycle, eh?
Mm-hmm.
The planet does have a cycle of going through different stages of like a season, but it's like, ice age is the heat age, the fiery age, and then what we've got now, and then it goes back to whatever. I don't know. Does it just go around in circles like that, or is it because we've destroyed the planet?
I guess we're just gonna have to find out.
Yeah, I hope it's just a cycle and not destroyed it.
I mean, I've had some weird dreams from things in the past, and who knows what will exactly happen. But the energy here lately has just been stagnant, though, and you get good burst of energy every once in a while, and then all of a sudden it's just stagnant again, and it's like it just fluctuates with you when you can feel that energy around you, and it just you feel like some days you just want to sleep all day, and then the next day it's like, nope, we're up and we're running, But yeah, And I've talked to Susan about that as well, you know, with the energy just being so up and down the last few months as well.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that people are more angry lately? Like unnecessarily angry about nothing, like some people are. It seems to be.
Stace have a question for all of us. What was the one thing that got you all interested in the paranormal?
Go ahead, Pinkie.
Me, I think when I was in hospital, when I started watching, first started was, you know, Mr. Ballin, and he tells the stories, and he tells like ghost stories, like, and they're scary. And then on YouTube, it would recommend like Twin Paranormal and all those ones. So I started watching them, and I was like, wow, that's interesting. I wonder if that actually works. And then I started like going through them, and then when I found Paranormal Quest and stuff, I think, yeah, and I was like, it's possibly true. Possibly, I don't know. But seeing that thing I saw when I was a kid, I think that was mostly what got me interested in it. But I got re-interested in it while I was in hospital because, you know, nothing better to do than sit there watching YouTube. It was fun.
For sure. I would say mine was when I turned 21, I used to go to church all the time every Sunday. And after my grandma passed away, and I had a dream that she came to the church and there was a mist all over the bottom of the floor. The doors opened up and she walked in, and she looked like she was in her prime, about the year she got married. I mean, she looked young. She didn't look like she had cancer. She wasn't using a cane or anything like that. And she sat down right next to me, and she had her grandkids pennant on and had all of our birthstones in it she had. And she looked at me, she goes, Sean, don't you ever worry about a thing. You're going to make it. And, you know, I've had images of my grandfather with some incidents that happened as well, and even my uncle. And the curiosity was there. Plus, I always believed in the paranormal in general when I was growing up anyway, but that's when I really started digging into it.
She's disappeared.
I know she's got that ability.
She's magically back again. She reappeared.
Sorry, I plugged in my headphones. I was I mean, I don't know. I was just interested. I was just, you know, curious, you know, after, you know, my babysitter that I considered my grandmother passed away. You know, I just got a little bit curious overall, like, you know, the afterlife and what happens after people pass and stuff. And that's when, you know, and that's when I started experiencing things and, you know, just developed from there. And then when I actually answered the ad to form a paranormal group, that's when I got more interested in it. So that would be how I got started.
I think once you get into it, it's just in your blood.
Mm-hmm.
You want to learn, you want to understand more.
Yeah, but yeah.
It's the curiosity thing, because you're curious as to what it is. For me, it's more being curiosity. I'm like always being curious as to the spiritual realm, like what it is. It's very interesting.
Just trying to read what Say says right here. She put a comment. So Say said between 4 and 8, my aunt's house was haunted, and I used to see a woman in the house several times. That started me believing. Oh God, I just jumped up. It started me believing in the paranormal and wanting to know more. Absolutely. And we'll never find the answers, you know.
We might get little snippets of answers, but never the full answer. Because I think sometimes the spiritual world gives us these little, tiny little snippets to keep us searching.
Yep.
They're like, yeah, keep going, you will find it. And they give us this little tiny little bit of hope that we're going to find it.
Yeah.
So we keep searching.
I've actually had some really interesting things happen to me over the last several years. And I've even talked to Susan about them, even after my girlfriend passed away, a few days after the burial and at the cemetery, my ears were ringing in my head. And I actually heard her voice talk to me. So, things like that do happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. But, we're just to learn more things and to be open,
Mm.
Definitely.
Keep learning. So Kenny Bill says, just keep learning. Always learning.
Exactly.
No. Also, another thing that goes hand in hand, I think, with the paranormal is Reiki. I've had a lot of dealing with energy stuff, and that's very interesting on how that all works as well.
Yeah, I've had experiences my whole life. Same with me, Leanne. Definitely. And I just, go on every day learning more and more, learning more about me, learning more about, So
You've actually come a long way, Susan, since I've known you.
I have come a long way. Yeah, definitely. I have come a long way. Well, it's been, I had this channel I actually had the channel for a long time, but I didn't do anything with it. I started working on the channel for like 2 years now. It's going on 2 years. But yeah, I have come a long way, and, and I'm grateful for that. I've learned from, everyone, in YouTube, and, had great friends and supporting, and, and just learning myself, about myself. And so, yeah, I would say, yeah, I could see the big difference.
Oh, I can definitely tell since, I've met you, you've come a long way. I mean, you do a great podcast. You got great guests. You put in hard work just like the rest of us. I mean, you've come a long way.
I have, and the social media aspect of it, and, of bringing out, myself, and, but, the one thing is, it's really great is that, when, I was just, when I first started, I had like a different thing going on, because I couldn't really figure out what I wanted to do. But then it's kind of cool how, me like this is actually, a part of me,
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of cool how everything entwined together. It really is,
I definitely like the way you've embraced things instead of letting it go. You've actually embraced it now instead of trying to figure it out. You're starting to dig in and put your claws into things now. So that's
yeah. And I'm not afraid anymore either. What happens.
Yeah.
It's you just have to take it with stride and just go with the flow,
Most definitely.
You do. You do. Well, it's almost 2 hours, guys. We just chatted away for 2 hours. Purple Roni, you just showed in. Oh.
Hello, Purple Roni.
We're just about to head out. It's been 2 hours. But guys, I think for right now, I'm going to go every other Friday until I get a set schedule. A lot's going on with work and, my other things personal things that I have to sort out as well. But in 2 weeks, I'm going to have, my friend Florna that's on. So we're going to chat about what's due with her and then just take it from there. Pinkie, what do you have going on?
I have Sarah from Fantastic's Dragon video coming out tomorrow.
Nice.
I can't remember what time it's coming up, but it is tomorrow. It'll be Saturday for you, I think, because it is Sunday here. It is set for Sunday here. Where is it? schedule.
Good to see you too, Ozzy. And Purple, you could just rewatch it. We had a couple
Oh,
flaws
Ozzy.
in the beginning.
Yeah. As
It's good to
night-
see everybody, and thank everybody for joining in.
I don't know what that is like for America, but I know for the UK that is about 8 p.m.
Okay. Cool.
Definitely check that out.
What do you have going on, Sean? Anything?
No, I'm off for one more weekend, and then season 4 kicks off, and see what happens then. Gonna go a little at a time this year. Like I said, I'm not going to go all out 110% and book every Sunday. I want, like I said, I want to get back out in the field and
I do as well.
do some stuff as well, because like I said, I miss being out in the field and doing investigations, and I definitely want to do that more this year than I got to last year. So that's definitely in the books.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it was a great show. Thank you both for coming on. And amazing mods, thank you so much for doing what you do. I truly appreciate you. For the viewers, thank you so much. And, let's support each other, continue to support each other, and, go still have 2026. It just started. So let's continue on with the bang,
Keep making it a good 2026.
Keep good 2026, and everybody, stay spooky and stay safe, and we will see you the next time.
Have a good one, guys.